Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. She said Stephen Roy Wyatt, age 60, of Sulphur Springs, hit her in the head with the bottom of a pistol and chased her around with a gun. Wyatt was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. During the investigation at the scene, Wyatt told Sulphur Springs police that he wanted to commit suicide. He was transported to the local hospital by EMS while in police custody. He was later released from the hospital and is in Hopkins County Jail, held on a $50,000 bond for the felony 2 arrest. Probation for Jeffrey Edward Maurer, age 25, was revoked Tuesday morning in 8th Judicial District Court. He was sentenced to 5 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and will serve at least half of the sentence before being eligible for parole due to aggravated parole rules, according to Clay Harrison, Assistant District Attorney. Harrison said Maurer will face 25 years to life if convicted of another felony. In August of this year, he was arrested for tamper, fabricate physical evidence with intent to impair, and possession of a controlled substance less than 28 grams. Maurer had fled Hopkins County deputies attempting to serve an arrest warrant for burglaries that occurred in southern Hopkins County, where he was staying with a female on State Highway 154. Maurer was charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon after a .22 caliber pistol and 4 rounds of ammunition were located in an air breather of the 1992 auto he was driving. There were other charges as well. County Commissioners meet in a work session Friday morning, 10 a.m., to open bids for the construction of the District Attorney and District Clerk Office building located at 282 Rosemont Street. They will also discuss subdivision regulations in the county and the maintenance of county buildings. A budget work session will also take place. Commissioners will meet on the 3rd floor of the county courthouse.
'Tis the season for the Walks to Remember, which benefit Terrific Tuesdays. If you can possibly be at any of the mini walks this week or next week, or at the Walk to Remember on October 4th, please do it. It will be you who gets the benefit. Let's find out more about this terrific program from Tammy Reardon.
Karen Weatherman helps a lot with our Terrific Tuesdays, and especially with our Walk to Remember. And so I have, in doing that, have found that all the things that the Senior Center has. And so I am dabbling into that slowly but surely. But there's so many great opportunities. I wish I could do them all, but unfortunately my schedule does not allow that. Not yet.
This is true about the Senior Center offering such great programs, and it makes me wonder, surely every town can't be as privileged as we do to have such a center and such a director there as Karen Weatherman.
I agree. I've had people from other counties come and check out Terrific Tuesdays, and when I tell them about the Senior Center as well, they're amazed. They don't have anything like what Karen puts on here.
I know. It's a good reason for seniors to move to Hopkins County.
It is. It is.
And then seasonally, you are very heavily involved in the Walk to Remember.
Yes, that benefits Terrific Tuesdays, and it's a great opportunity for us to get involved as a community with the other homes in the area, with our home health care workers. It's our time to kind of get together and support the Walk to Remember.
Well, the Walk to Remember just happens during September, October.
Correct.
And it raises money for Terrific Tuesdays, which is year-round.
Correct. Terrific Tuesdays is every Tuesday unless it falls on a holiday or weather conditions make it that we have to cancel. Other than that, we are there every Tuesday.
What do you do, and who is it for?
Terrific Tuesdays is a day respite program for those that have memory loss, and it is from 9 to 2 every Tuesday. During that time, we do a lot of socialization, games, crafts. We have a lot of people coming in to entertain us. We've had some local children come and do piano or singing, or we have the senior entertainers come and entertain us about every other month. And a couple of the home health care providers as well come in and do crafts or do something fun with us as well.
Something that you do personally that you can share with those who attend Terrific Tuesdays, it might be something people out there would like to know about and try to do.
Well, I think at Terrific Tuesdays, we try to make each person feel special. All of them are at different levels and look at things differently. I have a great group of volunteers that make Tuesdays, we're all laughing and everyone leaves having a good time, whether they're a member or a volunteer. and those that come and visit have a great time because it's just a very comfortable, fun atmosphere for everybody that's involved.
So basically, the caregiver of a person with memory loss, Alzheimer, dementia,
Yes.
whatever it's
Correct.
titled, sometimes they need a break.
Yes.
And
It gives them that time so that they can go shopping, go to a doctor's appointment, or just even have some quiet time, clean the house, whatever it may be that they would like that downtime for. It gives them that a little bit of a break.
And at the same time, it gives that person with memory loss a chance to be involved with new, different people who are all just, they are not burdened down with the daily cares. They are there to have fun and laugh.
That is very true. It's great for their socialization. We play a lot of music, and they love that. We sporadically will have a dancing or some of our volunteers. I have one, we call it Judy's Jokes. She comes and gives us jokes every week. And I have a lady that does exercise, Mary, that does exercises with us. And Sonny is one of my volunteers, and he is a singer. So he comes and sings for us. He takes a break from volunteering and sings for us every now and then as well.
Well, you have a talented group of
I
volunteers.
have a very talented group.
It's pretty much one-on-one, isn't it?
Yes, it's as much as possible. Sometimes it's 2 volunteers on a member, or sometimes it's 2 members to 1 volunteer, depending on our day, because every week is a different count. Some days we have 10 members, sometimes we have 15 members, and so every day but we try to do one-on-one as much as possible.
Okay. So the caregiver would take their loved one to the First Methodist Church.
Correct.
Prior to 9 a.m.
Yes.
And then they're just basically dropped off.
They're dropped off. There's like an information packet that we fill out. That way, if there's any emergencies or anything like that, we have that information. But they drop them off, and we have a snack with coffee in the morning with some conversation. Then we get right into our games or entertainment, crafts, all of that kind of fun stuff. We also have volunteers that bring us a home-cooked lunch every Tuesday. And it's always something delicious. It's full meal plus a dessert, and then we get back into some fun. We end our day with bingo every day, and I have different bingos that we do to kind of just mix it up for everybody. But we end our day with bingo, and their prizes are Hershey's Kisses. So,
okay.
And they love chocolate. So,
and so, what time do they then leave Terrific Tuesday?
2:00 is pickup time.
Okay.
For that.
I've seen this personally, and it is delightful. In fact, I think sometimes a caregiver, which is usually a family member,
yes,
is surprised at the things that their loved one might say or do or get involved with.
Yes.
In a different environment.
Yes. There's a lot of times in conversation with the caregivers finding that they're coming out of their shell maybe a little bit more, being more expressive, or things that they would have never done. They would never play a game or be silly. Yesterday when we did our walk, everyone was dressed up with tiaras and boas and tutus and things like that, and they were, some of them have been surprised at the silly things that they would do with us where they wouldn't normally see them doing stuff like that.
I have been a little bit surprised when I have dropped in to visit that not all the members, let's say members of Terrific Tuesdays, are elderly.
Correct. There's a wide range of age that comes in.
Okay.
Some being much younger than even my volunteers.
Well, I've heard of groups that they say, we refer to it as their club.
Yes, they call it the Terrific Tuesdays Club. That way they understand kind of what it is, and they don't feel like they're coming in to be taken care of. They're coming to hang out with a group of people that this is a club.
So to put this on every single Tuesday, the whole year round,
yes,
takes funding.
It does. We have to pay for the games and our crafts and the food that's provided every week, and to help pay for even just anything and everything. Entertainment coming in. We do birthdays. We celebrate birthdays every month, and so both our volunteers and our members get a little something for their birthday to celebrate that, as well as we do a big Christmas party and all that other kind of fun stuff. So all that takes funding.
Okay. How do you receive your funding?
We do one fundraiser a year, and that is the Walk to Remember. And we've got a community that has really rallied around our cause and our program. and really helped with that.
Well, Karen Weatherman is possibly your biggest cheerleader.
She is my biggest help in this. In fact, she is teaching me, being that this is my second year doing this. She's been doing this, and she's been a huge help. I could not do this without her.
The goal to raise money is your entire year's budget.
Yes.
So I think this year's goal is $10,000.
Yes.
Lots of times, the very last thing in the Walk to Remember season, which actually started yesterday,
Yes.
and ends on October 4th, sometimes the donations, they begin to come in or fall a little bit short of 10,000. So we get to the Walk to Remember on the evening at the Mother Frances Hospital Gardens, and believe it or not, here come people with more checks.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it so far always has made its goal.
We have, it is my understanding, we have hit our budget or our goal every year. People have really rallied around, whether it be nursing homes or just businesses in Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County, have really rallied around
I think
our program.
People who have benefited from Terrific Tuesdays in the past, maybe their loved one has gone on,
Yes.
they kind of pay that forward too.
They do, and it's. I have found almost every family that I've ever talked to has been affected by memory loss in their family, and so everybody understands what that is, and then it does take this programs like this and things that the senior center has that can put together to help families with that.
What can each of us do right now to help out?
Well, right now we are selling our Walk to Remember T-shirts, and they are $20, and all the funds go to Terrific Tuesdays to help with our program. We also have a raffle, and Jan Morrison made us this beautiful quilt that we are raffling off. We also have other prizes from other restaurants and people in the area that have donated items for us to raffle off as well. Okay. And the raffle tickets are $1 each, or you can buy 6 for $5.
What about attending the walks, which are each day until the 4th?
Yes, the walk started yesterday. Terrific Tuesdays did our little walk yesterday. Today we will be at Wesley House, and then we go to Sunny Springs tomorrow, and then Sulphur Springs Health and Rehab Friday for this week. And then next week starts a whole nother list.
Each of the ones this week are mornings, is that right?
Yes, everyone this week is in the morning at 10 a.m.
So you could go over to Wesley
Except for
House this
Friday
morning.
is 10:30, sorry.
And you could, they'll come out, they'll bring them out in their wheelchairs and walkers, and they'll go around the parking lot.
Yes.
And you could walk with them. And they just love meeting
Oh,
new
they
people.
love having visitors and other people coming in. We make it fun, have music. This year I'm bringing things for everybody to dress up to, so just to make it fun. Everyone has a good time.
Yeah. So why not? If you've got a few minutes free of a morning, go out and walk at one of these walks. So tell us again this week and next week's schedule.
Okay, this week is Wesley House is today at 10 a.m. And then it is Sunny Springs tomorrow at 10 a.m., Friday at Sulphur Springs Health and Rehab at 10:30. And then next week, Tuesday, at the Senior Citizen Center, they are doing it at 9:30 in the morning. And then Hopkins Place is at 2:30 next Wednesday. Next Thursday will be at Sulphur Springs Imaging Center at 10 a.m. And then Rock Creek ends our mini walks at 10:30. And then the following week will be our big walk, and that's at 6 p.m.
October 4th, Thursday.
Yes.
In the gardens of the hospital. If you have never done that walking track there at the gardens
It's
on
beautiful.
A beautiful evening just about sundown, it is beautiful.
And there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of good information for families that maybe they're not part of Terrific Tuesdays, but they have questions or they need resources. And that's a great time to come because we will have a lot of our home health care providers there. We will have a lot of the local nursing homes and assisted living homes there with questions and answers to come as well. So that's a great time to come and get a great resource. Hospices will be there as well, different hospice organizations, and great resources there. Senior Citizen Center there will be there as well, so you can get their program, and there'll be a lot of us there from Terrific Tuesdays. So it's a good time.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
The Wildcats district football game at Royce City will now be played on Thursday night. Wildcats football coach Greg Owens made that announcement as part of his media gathering Wednesday morning.
Due to the weather threat on Friday, Saturday, Monday, and this whole weekend, so we don't get into another Lovejoy scenario, we've decided to flip the games. All right, we'll play Friday night's game on Thursday. That's tomorrow. Same game times. Everything's normal. We're just flipping nights. And then we'll play ninth and JV. We'll play those on Friday. And weather permitting, we'll play them at our stadiums. If not, we'll play them at both indoors. Roy City has an indoor and we have an indoor, so that would probably go to a more scrimmage format just because of the spacing and all that kind of stuff that goes on. But we will play our varsity football game. We'll play on Thursday, tomorrow night, at 7:30 at Roy City. So I know that involves a lot of people. I've already spoken to band, drill team, cheer, those. We're talking to officials, and there's a lot of folks involved. So we're trying to get the word out as best we can so everyone can make arrangements. And I know it's inconvenient for some, but it's a ball game we've got to get in because it has ramifications for playoffs and district seeding and all that stuff. So we must get the varsity game in. So we can't do it like a scrimmage format. So that's why we're flipping it.
What does that do for preparation for you? Obviously, Wednesday is usually a big day.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do now?
I mean, we're going to treat it as a normal Wednesday. We'll add a little bit stuff to our practice today. Probably we always work on hands teams and some special situation stuff, so we'll continue to do that. And we'll put all that stuff in, and then tomorrow in the period we'll keep it the same like a normal game day. Game day we usually lift anyway. We come in and we have a short lift and we go through walk and chalk and talk and do all those things. So it won't change. It just shortens it a little bit. A little less time for kids to kind of heal up. We got some banged up kiddos and all that, but it just puts a little more stress on the game plan. Some things you could clean up and go through again, but really we'll be ready. I mean, we're going through it, and I think they'll be ready as well. So everybody's kind of settling into what they're doing a little bit. So we're getting there.
Well, how do you see your team right now after you've got a couple of games in and as we get ready for our second district game? Yeah, improving. I mean, I really do. I think we continue to grow and improve. We still got a lot of to go. You know, I can sit here and go through a whole list of things for you. But we're getting better. I mean, they're understanding our schemes, how to go, the tempo of it all, those things. So a lot of stuff we need to clean up from last week. Really proud of the offensive line last week. And again, it was a junkie box and all these different fronts. I thought they handled it great. We didn't turn a lot of guys loose. So they really figured that kind of stuff and sorted it out and did well there. Thought the running backs ran extremely well. The passing game was good. I mean, you know, I just felt like offensively settling in, yes, we messed up in some areas. We didn't score when we had some opportunities to score. You know, we just missed on little things. So you're still working on timing in a passing game. You're just working on a lot of little stuff. Kids really understanding, and every week it's a little different. Depends on what defense you play, as where this hole's going to be, where the hit's going to be, and those things. But I thought did a great job of that, taking control of the ball game. Came out and took control of it, but then, you know, some things happened in there, and we gave them 2 onside kicks. You know, we had a mishap on our punt because we were running out there late. Just stuff like that we still got to work on and clean up. Everybody's got to be tuned in on the sideline and players and what's going on and all that. So we're still cleaning those things up and fixing that defensively. You know, it's a hard night. You lined up and you played some extremely fast young men, and that number 88, their 88 was a heck of a runner. He was a big old physical kid, and he's just a junior. But, man, he can run. So, I mean, every time he finished going forward, which is what we preach to our running backs too. But I'm telling you, they did a great job. So play the option. I don't think we really turned it. We had a few busts, and they got through us. And some of that was we just missed a tackle. I mean, we weren't where we were supposed to be and missed a tackle on it. But I thought the guys up front got after it, the defensive line, linebackers. Once we settled in, made a few adjustments and overplayed their run game, you know, to the wing side there, and made some good adjustments with that. So I was proud of our guys and how they responded and came back. And again, the big picture of things being positive,
is we worked on a bunch of stuff. We saw some problems. We got exposed in some areas, and then so now we can clean that stuff up. But at the same time, we got the win out of it, which is what the most important thing is for district play to get that. So, we're beat up in some areas, little dings and all that kind of stuff. So that's part of football, and that's how it goes. So we'll make some adjustments in certain areas, and other guys will have to step up and kind of carry the load a little bit. I think it's going pretty well for us. I don't know. I don't think we had any cramps this last game. Maybe just a couple, a little bit, but not much. So I think we're learning. We got a lot of kids going both ways. So I think we're figuring how that process goes as far as we're subbing here, subbing there. If a kid's been playing a lot of D and he comes off, then offensive guys have been really good about getting the next guy in until he takes a breath and gets ready to go again. So making the kids very aware of water and eating right and sleeping and all that kind of stuff to get their bodies prepared for the next ball game. So all those things are moving forward. So I see us taking positive steps. We got some wins. So, those are positive too. That helps the morale of the team. So all that stuff works.
Unusual approach by Royce City. We haven't faced this in a while. Little smash mouth, two tight ends, lots of running backs.
Yeah.
Not very adept in the passing game, but they just come right at you.
Yeah, it's a deal. It's kind of like the Terrell. It's just a different look at it. It's what Terrell did to us. They're smash mouth. They're come at you. They're controlling the game with an option game. But this is going to be two tights and several different formations. Two tights, some heavy sets, some overload, some unbalanced. Get in a wing, just getting a bunch of stuff. So it kind of just makes you have to buckle down and go. We got to be great tacklers again. We got to finish. You can't let them. They just want to fall forward, get 3 yards at a snap, and then you're sitting here looking at 4th and 1, and they've gone for several 4th downs. And so they'll continue to probably do that. And Coach Petrov's done a good job. He understands what he's got. His son's the running back, 205-pound running back. He's a workhorse now. I'm telling you, they give him the ball. He's a tough kid to get down. So a physical runner that's coming at you, and an offensive line that's coming to hit you in the mouth too. So you're right. It will be a physical ball game, and we've got to make some plays. And then offensively, it works. We talk about this every year. Offense and defense all work together. We've got to put some points on the board to take them out of that game plan to make them start maybe chasing the points. So got to do a great job on both sides of the ball, and key to winning this thing against ball security, taking care of the ball and getting points on the board when we have the football.
Wildcats football coach Greg Owens. And Como-Picton has also announced that their homecoming football game against Overton, along with pregame activities, have been moved up to Thursday due to weather concerns on Friday. So homecoming activities Thursday get underway at 6:40 p.m. over in Como-Picton. Due to some accidental double booking, the Lady Cats volleyball team ended up playing 2 matches back-to-back against very good teams in Wildcat Gym on Tuesday night. The Lady Cats opened with a 3-2 win in a grueling 5-set match against Pleasant Grove. Then the Lady Cats seemed to have very little energy left in a 3-0 straight sets loss to Nevada Community. After the matches, I talked with Lady Cats volleyball coach Justin Manus.
Oh, it's most definitely. I thought we were gassed a little bit. We just come off a 5-setter that wasn't. Every set was a battle. It wasn't a deal where someone beat somebody big. It was neck and neck, and it was an emotional drainer, a mental drainer, and with Community playing us next, they definitely had the advantage. Seeing that we had played almost an hour and 45 minutes of volleyball before playing them. And I told the girls that, hey, you're going to be gassed. Let's just give effort. And I really liked how we finished. I thought we really fought hard. When you're tired, you make those silly errors that you generally don't make. And in that 3rd set, they're going on 8 sets of volleyball in one night. So, you don't like to make excuses, but sometimes when you have your athletes and they go hard and they expend so much energy, especially in a 5-setter like that, some of the stuff that happened against Community is to be expected.
Well, now the thing is, you don't want this to kind of linger. You want a good case of amnesia, team-wide, because real quick now they've got to focus on the start of district play, going to Royce City. I'm sure they're probably a pretty good team, and so That's these games in the big scheme of thing really don't mean a whole lot. But, the district games do and the playoff games do. And so you've got to kind of, focus real quick. Is that a concern for you?
I think the girls will kind of forget this game tonight. I think they know that a lot of it came down to the fatigue part of it. And, I told them, I said, how we finished, if we can come back on Friday with fresh legs, fresh arms, that, I think we're going to play well. I think they understand what tonight meant. It was me. I double booked some games, so you like to respect those coaches and give them matches, and both those coaches got good matches. I mean, they got work out of it.
Yeah, they were two very, very good teams from lower classifications, but that just goes to show you sometimes classifications don't mean a whole lot when you can put, those players out there.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I've seen some 1A schools that are extremely good 1A schools, and, just the area where they're at, they have the exposure to a lot of club. You could tell some of those girls from community played high-quality club volleyball outside of season, so they're getting good training. They just happen to be in that area and at a lower classification.
I know it was a thrill for you to knock the rust off of Erica Van Bentham and to get her a little bit of playing time, starting with district starting.
Yeah, I think she's going to be a huge help for us going into district. I want to take advantage of playing 2 matches and kind of get some people in there and give them a little extra time just in case we have to call on them, in a tough district match. So I like the fact that we played 2 for that. I got to get a lot of people in.
Yeah, and that first one, you can kind of hang your hat on that, because there were some wonderful moments in that, and you mentioned how competitive everything in the 20s, and then you get in set 5, and I thought you had lost there. It had a big point, and it had a hitting error on them, or an error anyway, that kept it going, and Taylor just kept serving, and we beat them by 2 there.
Yeah, Taylor got in a rhythm. When she gets comfortable back there, her serve can be pretty dangerous, and it kind of got them a little out of system, and that set it up for that error, And I never count our team out. I've seen us come back from way down, 8 or 9 points down to win, and I think that would have been the team that we would have seen against Community as well if we would have just had the extra gas tank.
Yeah, that third set, I kept seeing them creeping, but just couldn't get much closer than 5 points because they started in like a 9-0 hole or something that was just an awful way to start.
Oh, we dug ourselves a hole, and when you're tired, it's really tough when you're down 9-0. So that's the part that I was pleased with, that we just didn't roll over and to get out of single digits when you're down 9-0 and tired is tough to do. And so they definitely made it competitive, so I was proud of them for that.
When you think about the district, I noticed Lindale was rated ahead of us, or ranked ahead of us in our TGCA poll. Yes, thank you. And how about Royce City? What do you know about them?
They're going to be a typical Metroplex team. I mean, they're going to have some kids that have played some club. They're going to know what they're doing. I don't know if they're going to match up with us size-wise. But they're probably going to be really scrappy, getting balls up and letting us play them. We're just going to have to come out and set tone early in district. And this team, the mental aspect for them is they know when to turn it on. And I'm really confident that come district Friday that they're going to know, hey, this is it. And for some of them, it's going to be their last district game for some of these seniors. So I think they understand the importance, and that they'll never get that one back, so they're going to come out and give best effort.
The Lady Cats are now 24-7 for the season, going into the start of district play Friday at Royce City. The Wildcats team tennis squad lost to powerful Texas High 18-1 Tuesday at the Wildcat Tennis Center. And Wildcats tennis coach Tony Martinez did find some positives in that match.
Like I said, this has been a tremendous year for our players. And we had the talk before we went out on the court. It was a good talk, just having fun, but competing. Do not stand there. And they did. They did. We fought last night, and we fought till 8 o'clock in the evening. So it was a late night type of match. So we're real happy with the performance of all the kids from 1 through 6. Everybody competed. And some of the matches we went. We lost about 4 of them in the third set tiebreakers, which I was really, proud of, because like I said, we really, in the past, we really hadn't gotten that far along with them. A lot of, I'm going to say maybe the first year I got here, it was like 6-0, 6-0. 6-0, 6-0, 6-0, 6-0. And last night was a whole lot different. It was 6-4, 6-3, 6-4, 7-5. We won a lot of sets. We just couldn't close it out in the third set. But we were out there for an hour and a half in one match. So very pleased with their outcome, and the kids walked off with their heads up. That's the only thing I did ask them to do. Like, there's no hanging your head. If you competed, you walk off the courts with your heads up. And they all did. We had one match there at the very end that went on for another 45 minutes with just the only two guys on the court. And both teams were on both sides, cheering them on. And that's what I really, that's where the beauty of this team competition is, win or lose. And they could tell, that, we were losing, then we lost the whole match already entirely, but we acted like we were winning the match. And that's what you want to teach. That's the bottom line in team tennis. Teaching them, win or lose, you're still a team.
Paige Meesey, how about her? We bragged on a lot of the freshmen. Might as well brag on her because she got a big win for you.
Paige has been doing an excellent job this whole season. I mean, she has won some of the key matches throughout the year to put points on the board for us. And she is a competitor, a true competitor. I cannot imagine what it's going to be like for her junior and senior year. She's never going to quit. She's not going to stop fighting. And the rest of the team are learning off from Paige. That's the good thing, too. The other girls are seeing this. The guys are seeing this. Like, hey, if Paige can do this, you guys can do the same thing, too. And she still, when she loses a point, it's not down. She just comes back and she wins the next point back to just get it back. So very happy with her performance last night, but I've been happy with her performances the whole season.
Yeah, and with her and Jolie Cantu and Emily Dick and those freshmen, that's the way you build a team.
Right, all those. I mean, Savannah Lily's her partner, and they've been doing a great job at number 3 doubles, and they're getting their experience right now. And I tell them it's going to pay off your junior and senior year. You will see this. Right now, don't be, sad or anything like that. Be ready, to play type of deal. So we're like I said, the whole freshman team has just been a real refreshing. Their attitude, their energy, they brought the excitement to the team this year.
Yeah, I remember when the guys were young, you guys like Jordan Gonzalez and Aaron Lucas and Schumacher, and now those guys are really paying off for you.
Right, they are paying. I mean, they are in there in a competition, and these freshmen are watching them, but I'm trying to let them know that these kids were just in your shoes 2 years ago as freshmen, and they were getting beat here, getting beat up. But they kept practicing, they've stayed with it, and it's paying off right now. So that's the thing, and I think they're seeing that, and they believe in it because those guys are telling them, don't hang your heads down. You're even further along than we were, and they are. These girls are further along than those boys were when they were freshmen. So that's even, exciting to me. That's good news. I sleep better at night because of that.
Wildcats tennis coach Tony Martinez. The Wildcats have qualified for the bi-district playoffs next month.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.